Hello everybody, I just want to give you a quick overview of the Popplet that you're reviewing to provide us feedback about the development of the second online professional development course for DPI and our capacity building effort. So just as a kind of to just sort of paint the journey that we've been going on over the last year or so, as we started off with the Leadership Institutes, and then we went on and had the CNI Institutes in April. And then many of you joined us for the one-day TPAC extravaganza, where we dug in and really dug into this theoretical framework for really guiding our work across the state when working with schools, districts, and educators. And then many of you know that we have the first online course that's currently underway that really takes the standards from Learning Forward and talks about those standards and then really joins them with some Web 2.0 tools so that those tools can be used to carry out those standards as well as share those with those folks that you're working with out in the state. And now what we're doing is we're thinking about, what's the next course that we really want to provide in this capacity building effort. And so taking our journey and really looking at the TPAC, one of the constant feedback that we've gotten from the Leadership Institute, the CNI Institutes, the TPAC extravaganza is this idea of like, okay, so how do we put the lens of TPAC as well as the teacher evaluation? So we would like to think about this next course being TPAC and NC Teacher Evaluation, the Perfect Marriage. And what we're thinking about is that we'd have a much shorter course versus our 6-week course, and it would be scenario-based with some job-embedded application. So some of the things that people would be doing in that course would actually be something they would be doing in the course of their role or charge at DPI. So our thinking is that in week 1 we would kind of dive a little bit deeper. I mean, we did do some TPAC and TPAC extravaganza as well as the CNI Institute, but to dig even deeper about activities to develop TPAC, and then also really making sure that we're all on the same page about the North Carolina Educator Evaluator System and really looking at the teacher evaluation. So just sort of a refresher and deep dive into those two concepts the first week to kind of give us a primer. And before that week would even start, we would probably go ahead or during that week, we would go ahead and have a webinar because we want this course because this course is really going to be holistic in nature, that all 3 weeks are really connected versus a new topic every week, and that folks can work ahead. So we would start this course off with a webinar. In week 2, we would go ahead and have be providing some scenarios and then asking folks to really kind of look at these scenarios of classroom-based learning with technology through the TPAC and NC State evaluation, or NC State, North Carolina Teacher Evaluation. And we really want to have some collaborative work going on there. So you would sign up in small groups to evaluate through discipline areas, and then we might actually have groups take on a certain role, and you would evaluate those scenarios. You kind of sign up for the scenario you would want, then you would evaluate it, and then you would share out your findings with the whole group. In week 3, what we'd want to do then is we would want folks in the course to actually either go out into the field if they have a possible opportunity that's coming up and actually take the ideas of the scenario-based idea and the TPAC lens and the teacher evaluation, actually do that with folks and then come back and report that to the course. And if that's not possible, then perhaps people in the course in groups could create a scenario, and then possibly maybe just share that with like some local colleagues to get their reaction. So we would work with folks about which direction would be best for them. But the idea is that sort of job embedded professional development, creating scenarios and using them with colleagues and helping colleagues look through the TPAC lens as well as how that aligns with NC State or North Carolina Teacher Evaluation, and then talk about how you would tweak that, how you would have some iterative design following that, like how could you tweak your scenario, how could you tweak the PD to make it go better going forward. And again, we might have to be flexible here. You may need to have more than one week to complete that, and so we would have to either negotiate that, or maybe we go ahead and make it a 4-week course, and the last week is just the last assignment is 2 weeks long. But we could talk about that a little bit more. So that is it in a nutshell. I hope this helps you complete your feedback. We really need your voice to help us make the second course be great and absolutely meet the needs of the folks at the Department of Public Instruction. So thank you.